It's hard to believe that a government could destroy the homes and livelihoods of 5% of its citizens, all in a few short weeks. But this is what happened in Zimbabwe during Operation Murambatsvina, or the clean-up. A few of the people whose lives were turned upside down told me about the tragedy and how they set about rebuilding their lives and communities.
It was early in the morning. There was no notice. We were not notified about anything now to come.
When the Murambatsvina people came, they destroyed our homes, and we spent some of the weeks living in the bush.
I used to operate a tuck shop, which was destroyed.
So I spent something like 10 months in the cold with the family you are seeing right here.
Starting in the capital, Harare, I soon learned how so many forced evictions made everyday life more difficult.
In this room we've got 5 adults, the mother and 4 daughters. The father has passed away, and the children have got their own, the daughters have got their own children. So the people who are living here are 18 people in this room.
All around Zimbabwe, Murambatsvina left thousands of families out in the cold, where they had to fend for themselves. A year later, I found these families still struggling to build replacement homes.
People, they are coming and they are willing to come and work here, but the problem is that they doesn't have the fund or the transportation for them to come here.
We don't have money to build these houses, and this land it does not have services.
The problem now, the site we are in here, is that we don't have water, we don't have toilets.
The payment is going to be so hard for us to pay back the loans, because it seems now it's brick to pay back. So it's going to be very, very difficult for us.
But the destruction and the many obstacles are not the whole story, because community networks, often built up through mutual savings schemes, provided a vital building block. In this part of Zimbabwe, the clean-up was especially thorough, with official figures suggesting that nearly 10% of all families had become homeless.
Homeless, but not hopeless.
I certainly found them far from hopeless. On this virgin land, they were building new homes and the infrastructure. And just as important, they told me about the kind of organisation that made it possible.
The way we are working as a group, we are doing it together.
We work together as a team. We need almost, especially when it comes to problems, many people gather together.
This mutual social support is vital, both to organise and to look after more vulnerable members.
If people work in numbers, it's very easy for them to win their objectives.
We are looking forward for our future to all our members.
So if you work with the poor, you also learn to appreciate that they have ideas.
And the ideas of these poor communities are good enough to provide an example to others. Just a year on from the tragedy of Murambatsvina, and I found homeless people from Zambia visiting Zimbabwe to learn from them and to share ideas.
This day was a beautiful day where the Homeless People's Federations of Zambia and Zimbabwe came together .
Zimbabwe has a remarkable history, but what I found in some of the poorest communities today is just as inspiring. On my journey around Zimbabwe, I met people who were brutally evicted from their homes and then left to fend for themselves. Yet in the face of this adversity, they are resourceful and organised, and by working together, they are rebuilding the communities that were so needlessly destroyed by the clean-up.
Yeah, as for me, I'm happy now just because you saw us there packing the stand, it's mine.
We take somebody's problem into our shoes, so we help each other as one team.
We enjoyed today a lot. We thank you for coming to our place.
When you come back to Zimbabwe next time, find me in my house.